Hi everyone, I'm Aisha and today we're going to be answering all of your questions about menstrual cups. So we put out our video about menstrual cups and how to use them some time ago, and it was quite controversial. So what we wanted to do was break down a few of the questions that we got in the comments. So I also want to let you know that I'm someone who's been personally using a menstrual cup for about 3 years, and it's absolutely changed my life. And this seems to be true for a lot of women in our comments as well. So thank you for everyone who shared their positive experience with us. And to everyone else, I want you to know that all of this information is coming from someone who's experienced using a menstrual cup as well. And finally, I heard a really great analogy about using a menstrual cup, and it's in reference to how difficult it might be the first time you're using it. Someone compared using a menstrual cup to putting on contact lenses for the first time. It is a little bit uneasy, it is difficult, it seems uncomfortable and unnatural. But once you do get used to it, you can't feel it at all, and it feels like the easiest thing in the world. So one of the first questions we get is how to choose the right size. So this is based on quite a few factors. It's based on your cervix, it's based on whether you've given birth or not, and it's also based on how heavy or light your flow is. But the best thing that I can suggest you is go to the site where you're going to purchase the menstrual cup from, the exact brand that you're going to buy it from, and then use their sizing guide to figure out which one is right for you, since every brand does tend to have slightly different sizes. If you're someone who's using a menstrual cup that has a stem and you feel like the cup is the right size but the stem makes it a little bit uncomfortable, you can also trim the stem just with a regular pair of scissors so that it's a little more comfortable to use. So the next question is, what age can you use a menstrual cup from? And the answer to this is that you can use it from any age. Obviously, you should be menstruating, but it's completely usable from any age as long as you're comfortable with the process of using it. So our third question was a really big one, and we got it from a lot of people, and the question is, can a menstrual cup be used by virgins? So the answer to this is it absolutely can. It makes no difference to your virginity, but if you're someone who has not had sexual intercourse, it might be a little more difficult to use it the first few times and might be slightly uncomfortable. So our next question goes hand in hand with the previous one, and the question is, will using a cup break my hymen? So for those of you who don't know what a hymen is, it's just a small piece of tissue. It's very thin and it's located at the entrance of your vagina. It is sometimes associated with virginity, but it actually has nothing to do with it. A lot of women are born without hymens or hymens that have partial openings in it. And obviously your hymen does have to be open to some extent so that menstrual blood can leave your vagina as well. It's also possible for your hymen to break while exercising or riding a bicycle or even going horse riding. So there's a number of ways that could happen, but yes, using a menstrual cup could be one of them. So another question we got is that a lot of people felt that their vagina was not that big and the cup felt very large, so how would it fit? So there's two parts to the answer of this question. The first is that our vaginas are extremely stretchy. They are, after all, made to give birth to children, and they do return to their natural shape and size after giving birth as well. So the second part is that the cup is made of a soft medical grade silicone, which is very flexible and very easy to fold. So it molds perfectly to fit inside you no matter what your size is. So next we're going to answer whether it will make your vagina bigger or not. So this has a similar answer to our previous question. Like I said, it's very stretchy and the tissue can return to its normal size. So putting a menstrual cup inside it even for 12 hours at a time is not at all going to stretch you out or change the size of your vagina at all. So our next question is, can the cup get stuck or lost inside your body? So the answer to this is absolutely not. Our vaginas are actually only open from one end, which is the side that you give birth from or you menstruate from. The other end is closed with our cervix, and this cervix is very tightly closed. It only has a small hole that opens for menstruation, and it opens when women give birth as well. So there's absolutely nowhere for the menstrual cup to go once it's inside you. If you've put it in, it will definitely still be there and you will be able to remove it. If for some reason you do feel like it's stuck, all you need to do is relax and breathe and make sure to relax your muscles and then use your fingers to squeeze it slightly to release that suction and gently pull it out. If you absolutely feel like you cannot get it out and it is stuck, then you can visit a gynecologist and they'll help you out as well. So the next question we're going to tackle is, someone asked, what if they put it in the wrong hole? So this is not possible. You would definitely know if you were putting it in any other hole other than your vagina. For everyone's reference, the female anatomy, we have 3 holes in our body. One is the urethra, then the vagina, and then the anus. And the urethra is much too small for anything, especially like the menstrual cup, to fit inside it. And our anus is not built like our vagina. It's not built to stretch the same way. So you wouldn't be able to comfortably put a menstrual cup inside it the same way you would with your vagina. So you should definitely know that it's not possible to put it in the wrong hole. Now we want to answer whether you can use the toilet while you're wearing a menstrual cup. And the answer is you definitely can. It's not like a tampon where sometimes people feel like if they're using the toilet, the tampon gets pushed out because of the pushing of the abdominal muscles. And like I said earlier, we do have 3 holes that are completely separate from each other. They're independent of each other. So using a menstrual cup in your vagina is not going to affect any of the other holes in your body at all. So the difference between tampons and menstrual cups, and the reason that tampons might come out more easily while using the toilet, is that they're much smaller and much more loosely held inside of you. So it is easier for them to be pushed out just with your muscles. Whereas the menstrual cup has suction and gets held in place pretty tightly. So it's not going to come out with that pushing of those muscles. So another question we got was, will I feel it inside me all day long? And it's natural to think that you would feel it, but because of the way the cup is made, similar to a tampon but much smoother as well, you will not feel it inside you at all if it's put on correctly. If you're wearing it incorrectly, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, and in that case you might need to take it out and wear it once again. So next we want to answer whether it causes any irritations or rash. So I first want to tell you about pads and tampons. In the case of pads, they do tend to cause rashes on the outside of your body, on your skin, because there's something wet in contact with your skin at all times. So it is easy for a rash to form. For tampons, they can tend to cause irritation inside your vagina because the cotton that they're made of can sometimes cause very microscopic cuts inside your body. And those can lead to irritations and infections. For menstrual cups, however, they're made of a smooth medical grade silicone. They have no abrasions on them, no bumps on them. So they're not going to cut you in any way or irritate you in any way. If you do have some kind of pre-existing medical condition and you do find them irritating you, then you should definitely check with your doctor before using one. So now we're going to answer whether you can sleep while you're wearing a menstrual cup. And you absolutely can. It doesn't cause any discomfort. If you're wearing it correctly, it should not leak no matter what position you sleep in as well. You can also wear it for up to 12 hours, so there's no need to wake up in the middle of the night and change it. So another comment we got was the possibility of blood backflowing from your vagina back into your uterus. And this is not possible. Even if you were upside down, it would be impossible for your menstrual blood to go back from your vagina into the uterus through the cervix. This is because your uterus is actively pushing the blood out of it using contractions, and it's going through a very, very small hole in your cervix and then leaving your body. So no matter what happens, it's absolutely impossible for the blood to reverse. So someone else asked if it was bad for the blood to collect or blood clots to collect inside your vagina. So the difference between tampons and menstrual cups is that tampons absorb the blood and condense it inside you, while menstrual cups just collect it. And menstrual blood actually doesn't start to decompose or even have any sort of odor until it hits outside air, like in pads. So while it's still held inside you and just collected and not absorbed, it's extremely safe and it's completely hygienic. So this is another really big question, and it is, could you get toxic shock syndrome? So yes, just like wearing a tampon, getting toxic shock syndrome is possible, but it's extremely, extremely rare and extremely unlikely. You would have to be wearing a cup for over 30 hours, and it would also have to be very unclean and not at all properly cared for. We also have a video about toxic shock syndrome if you want to learn more about it, that we'll link in the comments below. A lot of people seem to be confused about how they would know when exactly to change the menstrual cup, because it does say that people can wear it anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. At the beginning of using one, I would say it is a little bit of trial and error. What I would suggest to you is start with 6 hours of wearing it and then seeing how full it is when you do change it, and then you can work your way up to 8, 10 or 12 hours. Personally, I am able to wear it for 12 hours without needing to change it. Some menstrual cups also have measurements on them, so you can actually see how much blood is being collected after how much time and track it like that. Another big question we got is, when you remove it, won't all the blood that's collected in it spill out everywhere? And this is a very valid question. I had the same fear myself when I was starting to use them. What I learned is that it's usually never so full that it's all going to spill out when you take it out. But to be safe, you should do it over the toilet or in the shower. Personally, the way I change it is once every 12 hours, usually once in the morning when I wake up, and then once at night before I go to sleep. I take a quick shower and I empty it out, wash it, and then reinsert it with absolutely no fuss and no hassle. And I don't feel like I'm gonna make a mess because I am in the shower and it's very contained and I have easy access to a ton of water. For those of you wondering, I have also changed it in public toilets as well. It can get a little bit complicated if you're not comfortable with it, if you're just someone who's starting out to use it. But in India, we do have the benefit of having toilet showers in every stall, so with that, you'll be able to manage. So this was more of a statement than a question, but a lot of people said that it was very gross and very unhygienic. So to address that, yes, it can be a little bit gross, especially if you're someone who's new to it. But like I said before, it's definitely not unhygienic at all. And the grossness factor or the ew factor is something that is subjective to each person and how comfortable they are with their own bodies. And it does take some getting used to. Just like I said at the beginning of the video, it's very similar to using a contact lens, and once you're used to it, it becomes part of your normal routine. Another thing we got a lot was that it's dangerous to use a cup and it can even cause cancer. Now, this is not true. There's no research or evidence that proves that using a menstrual cup can lead to cancer at all. The only thing that you do need to make sure of is that you remember to clean it well and maintain it well and sanitize it properly. The other thing that you can look out for is to make sure that you're getting a cup that is actually made from medical grade silicone. There are some out there that are a lower level of slightly cheaper silicone, and if you're someone who's okay with investing a little bit of money in it, especially since it's going to last you for so long, I would suggest sticking to one that is properly medical grade silicone. So finally, our last question is, does it make cramps any worse? So the cup actually does not affect your cramps at all, which means it's not going to make them any worse. But unfortunately, it's not going to make them any better either. So all of us out there who are suffering from cramps, unfortunately, this isn't going to fix it. So I hope this answered all the questions that every one of you have about menstrual cups. If you have any more questions, please put them in the comments below. And until next time, stay tuned and stay glamorous.